Do you ever feel like out of nowhere your face is just really puffy, bloated, and it's almost like you can feel the fat on your face? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about what exactly is cortisol face and how we can actually get rid of it so we have a smoother jawline and so we feel a lot more like ourselves, because there's nothing worse than having to go out when your face is super puffy. I know all too well exactly what that feeling is like. And cortisol face has gotten a lot of hype on TikTok recently, so I want to break it down. I am a sports nutritionist, personal trainer, online coach. I have been in the fitness industry for well over 10 years now. I've been competing in bodybuilding since I was 14, so I know a lot when it comes to nutrition and training. I've gotten a lot of people very shredded, and my clients stay with me long term because I get them the results that they want. Now, cortisol face is a little bit of like a marketing term per se, and I've seen a lot of people talk about this and they have literally no idea what they're talking about. I watch these videos, I'm like, why is this on the internet? Like, can we please delete this, because it's actually hurting my brain cells seeing people talk about this when they literally have no idea what they're talking about. Now, cortisol face necessarily isn't a thing like we have been sold it, and the way that a lot of people explain it is just so completely just not true. So I'm all about evidence-based coaching here. I will only ever tell you what actually works. Now, what is cortisol in the first place? Cortisol is a stress hormone, and why is it caused? From essentially overstressing, from overworking, and even sometimes if you're doing like too harsh of dieting, that can cause our cortisol levels to increase as well. There can be a lot of reasons for increased cortisol levels, and cortisol can have a massive role in terms of whether we lose body fat or not. Same when it comes to sleep. Sleep and cortisol, like even if you're not sleeping enough, that's going to increase your cortisol, and it's just going to throw a lot of things out if you're just not doing those basic things like self-care and sleep. So that's really the main thing that I would say. Now, cortisol is often mistaken for fat. Like, you don't have necessarily, some of the time, it's not just a inflamed face from stressing, right? Whilst that can happen to an extent, it's not like majority of it. A lot of the time you just have body fat on your face, and I'm sorry, it doesn't sound attractive to say, and this is why there's been so much hype on the internet, because if you just do this and you do journaling practices, yeah, you can have a skinny face. Like, sorry babe, it doesn't work like that. Manifestation is great, but like, you cannot manifest necessarily a skinny face the way that you think that the 20-year-old influencer has told you on TikTok, okay? So a lot of the time you just have body fat on your face. So what do you need to do instead? You need to do a calorie deficit. And initially as well, the thing is let's just say you've just completed a fat loss phase. A lot of the time when you start gaining body fat initially, a lot of it can go to your face initially. I always have this after a fat loss phase. The weight always kind of goes to like my face first, and that can often just like make you feel like really puffy as a result, especially when you get used to having a leaner body fat. Because that's the thing, is like when we lose and gain weight, it's not just from our tummy, our legs. No, it goes everywhere. Our fingers, our feet, our face, like our cheeks, our double chin. Like, this all contributes to what people are calling a cortisol face, which is essentially just body fat. So if you want to lose that, you do need to go through a calorie deficit and work out what your TDEE is, your total daily energy expenditure, got your maintenance calories, and then you can put yourself in a 200 to 500 calorie deficit at max. And remember, you only want to be in a calorie deficit for like 8 weeks max. If you have any questions, feel free to just DM me the word coaching on Instagram and I can help you. No obligation. I'm just looking out for you. Ultimately, a lot of the time it can just be body fat, and as well as sometimes for sure we are holding a little bit of fluid retention. And whenever we do gain a little bit of body fat initially, as I said, sometimes it can go straight to our face first before it distributes out. When we lose body fat, it always looks better on the way down as opposed to the way up. And it's normal for our weight to fluctuate, okay? I don't want you to feel like if you just gained a little bit of body fat, that's bad. That's not what I'm saying. But give yourself time. Like, even if you don't mind yourself at that body fat, if it's just gone to your face initially, just give it time. Really just keep up your water, and eventually your body fat distribution will even out, provided that you're having the right macronutrients, so your protein, carbs, and fats, and that you're drinking enough water as well. And fluid retention is a massive thing as well. Like, if you're not drinking enough water, if you're drinking too much water, if you've had too much salt, not enough salt, like just, we want to try and do everything that we can to keep these variables as consistent as possible. So when I take this example to a bodybuilding client, right? When I prep bodybuilding clients to get on stage, we want them to look their absolute best possible. So we're going to do everything that we can to have them looking their best on their day. So this includes looking at things like their sodium intake, their water, their fiber, the foods they're consuming. We're making sure that they don't have any flights a few days before they get on stage. We're making sure that they aren't having any hard training sessions. These are things that we're doing to avoid inflammation and to avoid fluid retention. So this is the extreme example, right, of a very, very lean competitor and getting them on stage. But we take that for an everyday single person. Maybe you have a party on Saturday and you want to be feeling really good. Okay, well, don't do anything too crazy and don't have like a big sodium meal the night before, because you're going to be feeling quite puffy from that. Sodium can be a massive thing. So really just keep up your water, like drink lots of water, because it's going to help ultimately like flush everything out, for simple terms. And you're just going to be feeling so much better as a result. So just don't do anything crazy is basically what I'm saying, because when we look at that extreme approach of what we want to do for a contest prep client to make sure that they're not holding any fluid and that they're as lean as possible and they're looking their best they can and they're not holding any kind of like inflammation in their muscles or body, then these are the extremes that we take. So we can still take those same concepts and apply it for you, especially if you have an event and you want to make sure that your face is kind of feeling like more snatched, if that makes sense. So that's really all that is to it when it comes to a cortisol face, is that make sure that you're in a calorie deficit if you're wanting to actually lose body fat, and two, if you've gained a little bit of body fat recently, just give it a little bit of time, really keep up your water, because ultimately it will kind of even out. I know it can sound painful and unattractive, but I'm giving you the facts. Like, that is the facts. None of that, like, is it gusha, whatever, you know, that's not going to help make you lose body fat or give you a snatched jawline. Like, I'm sorry, it is just not. And just give it time. If you've gained a little bit of body fat recently, it will even out, but you have to make sure that you're having the right macronutrients and water. And if you have any questions with this, please let me know. But yeah, look, it's not a sexy thing to tell you, but it's just the fact. I'm sorry if someone on TikTok told you otherwise. But this is just, I'm keeping it real with you guys. So that is how you get rid of cortisol face. I know if you do these things, it'll 100% make a difference. My face fluctuates a lot, but I know what I need to do to get it down. So these are just the facts. So if you guys have any other questions at all, please let me know. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at jastemplin.fitness, and I'll see you guys in the next one.